Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. And welcome to another episode of Weightless in Mind, Body, and Spirit. Let's get our countdown going as people get ready to join in for a fun Sunday show. Good morning, and welcome to Weightless in Mind, Body, and Spirit with yours truly, your host, Dr. Carol Penn, triply board certified in osteopathic manipulative medicine, family medicine, and obesity medicine. Also, your master movement meditation and mindset coach, three-time best-selling author, yes, 3 times. Hard to believe, my book baby, Meditation in a Time of Madness, a guidebook for talented teens, tweens, their parents and guardians who need to thrive, as well as my new journal, also called Meditation in a Time of Madness, for living and learning and leading your best life, a 90-day journal. I am so excited to be here with you this morning. We have a very, very special show in store for you today as we enter into the month of July with our theme of nurture. Our July theme is a theme of nurture, and we have 3 very, very special guests for our show this morning, and I'm so excited for you to meet them in a few minutes. I'm also excited to share that besides those things that I am professionally, what am I? I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, and all the things that we all are collectively that makes our lives so complex, so rich. And I'm also filled with gratitude to be able to be with you and come to you as many times as possible to connect with this beloved community. Now, as usual, I want you to go ahead, let us know who you are, where you're from, so I can say hello to you, so I can say good morning to you. And get ready, because we're going to have lots of information this morning. Take notes, and whichever way that you take notes, invite somebody in who needs to see this show and get this information around nurture. And the show's title, why do I call this Weightless in Mind, Body, and Spirit? I call it Weightless in Mind, Body, and Spirit. Well, I am an obesity medicine specialist, so we do talk about all things medical on this show. And of course, we do not treat anything. We educate. We want you to have a relationship with your professional healthcare providers. And we also talk about what it means to be weightless emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, because both are important and both lead to that full, rich life that's optimized for our human experience. So let's see who's joining in this morning. We're going to say hello. So good morning and welcome, Victoria, hashtag one of our nation's preeminent occupational therapists. Good morning, Marianne, hashtag Red Bank is in the house. Good morning, Kenny, and welcome. Good morning, Dr. Tanya. Hello, medical mogul in the house. Good morning, New York artistry in the house. Welcome, and good morning, JD. All right. Good morning, Christine. Hey. That's my amazing executive assistant. Y'all gonna be getting to know Christine. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my first guest. So you're going to meet each of the guests one at a time this morning. We're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to have an exciting panel. And I hope you're all ready to do a little movement, because we're going to get a little movement on with my NIA teacher. That's NIA. Who out there has heard of Nia Technique? Nia Technique. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun as we move everything in mind, body, and spirit, and we get weightless in mind, body, and spirit. All right, so I'm going to bring my first guest on. And I'm going to bring her on camera so you can see her beautiful face and her beautiful smile. I always like to read people's bios while they're on camera because I just like to watch their reaction as they get to hear how magnificent they are. I mean, really, seriously and truly, people have done some amazing things. I like to acknowledge people. So there she is, Dr. Hope Watts. Dr. Hope Watts looking glorious in red this morning. Dr. Hope Watts is a board certified family physician, health coach, speaker, and lifestyle expert. She is passionate about bringing insight to weight loss struggles. In her many years of practice, she has helped women achieve their lifestyle goals through positive, proper diet and exercise and positive mindset. Sound like anybody else you know? Dr. Watts earned her undergraduate degree in psychology from Temple University and her medical degree from the Medical College of Pennsylvania. She completed her residency at St. Francis Hospital in Wilmington, Delaware. Hashtag Miss Victoria, Delaware's in the house. Dr. Watts is a fellow of the American Academy of Family Physicians and the CEO of Aspera WLLC. The National Committee of Quality Insurances has certified her as an expert in diabetes care. She was nominated for the Physician of the Year Award by Novant Health Presbyterian Hospital in 2007. Dr. Watts currently resides in Matthews, North Carolina, and enjoys bike riding, traveling, exercising, and dancing. All right, Dr. Hope, welcome. Welcome to Weightless
Thank you.
Body
Thank you,
Spirit.
Dr. Carol. I thank you so much for the honor of being here and being able to express how I feel and what I've been doing. I am, as she said, Dr. Hope Watts, board certified family physician, health coach, speaker, author, and lifestyle expert. I help women with common chronic diseases lose their excess weight by an individualized approach to diet, exercise, and mindset. And when I see that transformation, I am very, very excited. I love to see women who've come in probably downcast because they've had some problems in the past. And we individualize it and we kind of drill down and find out what is keeping them from moving forward. I am excited to tell you that one of the things I've been working on this year is my book.
Woo!
And I have tried to write a book several times. And I think being aligned with a lot of other women who have written books has just pushed me forward. But I must say, being in Medical Moguls Academy was the impetus for moving me completely into that space. I think I had resisted it subtly. And with Dr. Dre's coaching, and of course, Dr. Carol's coaching, I was able to move past some hurdles that I was experiencing and really write my book. It is a labor of love, and I hope and I'm praying that it'll be a practical approach. People will see practical nuggets in there to move them from where they are, and they may see themselves in the book. We kind of give, in the very beginning, give a short snippet of a person who has had some difficulties before and some of the subtleties that people say about them when they're walking around or even in the family. Because you know, a lot of people try to lose weight for the family reunion and for the school reunions. So that can be a challenge sometimes, especially when you're not feeling that good about yourself anyway. And we, of course, talk about exercise. A lot of people don't like that, but we do talk about it. And we talk about other ways you can exercise. And I understand we're going to learn another way to move our bodies in different ways. And in the book, I give other challenges too. We talk about diet and which ones may be best for you. But we individualize whatever you have there or what things you've tried before, and we'll move into some things that you may not know about. Also, we talk about mindset. During my time with Medical Moguls Academy, I realized that I had some mindset issues, unbeknownst to me, the person who's done all that other stuff. But it was a growing experience so that I knew I could move past some of the hurdles that I wasn't really that aware of to really be a better person and to move into those areas that I thought may have been impossible in my mind, but medical moguls, with Dr. Dre and Dr. Carol, saw something else. They saw that I could really move into this mindset of the medical moguls and push myself forward and engage in all those things because that was the gifting I had to do health coaching. So my book will be launching July 28th. And I'm hoping to see all of you here who've kind of tuned in. You'll be getting the email shortly, and we're in pre-sale now. And I will give you the link. It is bodyfixwithconfidence.com. I didn't put that out there though, but I will repeat it later on. But it's an exciting time for me and all the people who have just been so enthusiastic about encouraging me. And I am looking forward to talking about nurturing because I think we don't talk about it a lot, and we forget about it because our society is more self-oriented. We have to be other-oriented in order to think about nurturing in many different ways. And I'm looking forward to talking and chatting with you today and telling you about some exciting things about nurture.
All right, so Dr. Hope, please spell the link because again, this is a podcast. I want you all to subscribe to the show as a podcast, Weightless in Mind, Body, and Spirit with Dr. Carol Penn, wherever you listen to your podcast, and go ahead and spell the link out for people who might just be listening.
Okay, it is body, BODYFIXXIN in confidence, CONDFINCE
Yeah.
.com.
All right, and say the whole thing again.
The link is body fix, but it has two X's as opposed to one in confidence.com.
All right, we've had some more people join us. So welcome Miss Ashley Jones. Welcome Dr. Tanya. Welcome Dr. Charlotte. Welcome Miss Charlizetta Smith-Ford. Excellent, excellent. So glad to see all these folks joining in the show. And remember, sharing is caring. So invite some family members in. We have a soon-to-be best-selling author, Dr. Hope Watts, here to share her wisdom and here to share her joy as we bring in the monthly theme of nurture. So excited for all of that and all of you. All right, let's get ready to meet my next guest. So we're going to, Dr. Hope, we're going to go backstage with you. I'm going to bring forward my next guest, and then we're going to have everybody out here pretty soon for our panel on nurture. So for now, everybody, wave bye to Dr. Hope. She'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, wait, we have a woohoo and a congratulations. Yes. Pretty exciting stuff. All right, so now get ready. I'm going to bring my next guest in. It's another medical mogul. You can see the mogul community. It's a beloved community. It's large and it's growing. And my next guest, we met each other in a conference back in the day. We weren't medical moguls. We were just in this huge, we were just participants. Showed up at a huge mega international OB-GYN conferences because at one point we were both going to be OB-GYNs and our eyes met from across the room in the exhibit hall back in 2007. And the rest, they say, is history. Meet Dr. Kelechi Uduhiri. So, Dr. Kalechi, MD, is founder and CEO of EPIC, EPICC LLC, and creator of Success Coaching Academy. She is also a successful independent sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. As a business coach, Dr. Kalechi consistently guides individuals, particularly women, in the area of identifying their call to greatness. With this newfound knowledge and through her successful coaching programs, her clients are able to rediscover themselves, build successful home based businesses both locally and globally. In the world of medicine, Dr. Kelechi is the recipient of Emerging Leader in Family Medicine. Family Medicine is really in the house this morning. Award and is a fellow in the American Academy of Family Medicine. Dr. Kelechi Uruhiri, MD, MPH, MS, FAA, FP. You see the alphabet soup behind her name. So if you're wondering, is she qualified? Is a board certified family medicine physician who is also an author, our most newest recent best-selling author through the Medical Mogul Academy. So we're so excited about that. We're so proud of her. In addition, she is a sought-after expert in primary care and preventive health issues, as exemplified by her numerous peer-reviewed publications and presentations on health topics at the national and local levels. Dr. K holds 2 master's degrees in epidemiology and public health. She earned her medical degree from Rutgers Robert Wood Johnson Medical School. She successfully completed 2 specialties, family medicine and preventive medicine. She's a graduate of both the Georgetown University Family Medicine Residency Program and a graduate of the University of Maryland's Baltimore Preventive Medicine Residency Program. Welcome, Dr. Kelechi.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Dr. Carol, for that amazing introduction. I so appreciate you. Good morning, everyone, locally, globally, New Jersey, and the world. Good morning. Good morning. So good to be here with all of you. Truly an honor to always be in your space. I just love your program, your theme, and it's very nurturing. And this is a perfectly fitted topic. The world is changing so fast. The world is changing so fast, and we are changing so fast because we have to. We have to. We have to change or we perish. So I love this topic today of nurture. And I think you had asked us, what does it mean to you? What does it mean to you to nurture? When we care for people as physicians, as moms, as sisters, as daughters, we're always in the act of caring for people, right? And we always try to create a process where people feel warm and received, and they know they can come to you for anything, and they do. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. So I think the whole idea of nurture is really identifying what it is that you need to nurture, because you cannot nurture from an empty vessel. To me, it's really important to start with yourself. It's really important to start with mindset. It's really important to know what you can do and what you can't do for others. But at the end of the day, it's really about starting with thine self. How are you nurturing yourself? Because if you don't nurture yourself, you really cannot nurture others. If you don't fill yourself, you cannot fill other people. And I think sometimes we forget that as women, as mothers, as daughters, as aunties, as nieces, right? And as physicians, especially as physicians, we're so used to taking care of others and putting our very self last. So, I just can't say enough about this topic because it is truly epicenter to my newest book, which is Just What the Doctor Ordered, 10 Reasons to Live Your Truth. And when you invited me, it's like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I'm talking about in the book. Because I believe that just what the doctor ordered is about really not the medicine, not the pills, but, are you living in the now? And if not, why not? Are you embracing yourself? Are you living in your truth? And if not, why not? And what is the truth for you? It's going to be different for everybody, right? It's going to be so different for everybody. And in the book, I go through the 10 reasons to live your truth, and I walk you through the process. And to me, when you said nurturing, the noun and the verb, the noun is a process. So in the book, I go through the process of nurturing yourself so that you can identify your truth. And I take it from vision to living your soul's purpose. So I'm so excited to be here. I thank you for inviting me, and I cannot wait to meet the rest of the panel. Thank you.
I'm on mute. I'm mute. So thank you so much, Dr. Kelechi. And I'm so excited about your book. Share the title of the, oh, here we go. Here we go. It is Just What the Doctor Ordered.
10 Reasons to Live Your Truth.
Yes, and drkelechi.com for a copy of the book. It's you can order it since it's in pre-sales.
Yes.
And then Dr. Hope's book is the bodyfixwithconfidence.com. So again, please, you all want to support these experts. We bring experts to you, world-renowned experts to you. No longer are we going to be the best kept secrets. And this is information people need to live their best lives right now. So we're going to wave, see you later, to Dr. Kelechi right now. And we're going to bring forward our third and final panelist this morning. All right. So listen, you all, I am so excited for you to meet my friends. This is someone else I've also known now for, 15, 16 years, back before she was a mom. Then she married, she became a mom, went through her pregnancy with her. She's also a dancer and a choreographer. And if anybody have known me for a minute, you know that my tagline is movement is my medicine. Movement is my medicine. So let's meet the beautiful, the exciting. She is now my NIA coach and teacher, Miss Meredith Amato. Hi, Meredith. Hi, Meredith. I think you can see she's beautiful. We're going to be doing some movement with Meredith later in the show. That's how we're going to wrap up our panel. So prepare. Meredith Amato believes it is the birthright of everybody to move with pleasure, honor their sensations, feel better, and flow through life in an authentic way. Meredith combines her lifelong movement studies to create uplifting, invigorating, and empowering experiences that are for all. Her passion for dance and movement began in New York with professional training and continued with extensive performance experience in musical theater. Meredith is an EYRT 500 yoga instructor, hashtag yoga in the house. We share that in common. Teaching since 1988. So she is also multidisciplined in terms of her movement experiences. In 2005, Meredith took her first NIA technique class, which changed her relationship to movement and her body forever. NIA combines the healing arts for body, mind, and emotion and spirit, uplifting experience that is self-healing, invigorating, grounding, and conditioning. And NIA, as some of you might know, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, we utilize NIA as the principle of faith. And Meredith will be talking a little bit more about what NIA is and what NIA means as well. Through NIA, Meredith learned to break through years of perfectionistic expectations. Doctors in the house. We see Dr. Kemi has joined us. Welcome, Lee McNiff-Farron. So all you perfectionists in the house, we need Nia. She learned to break through her years of perfectionistic expectations on herself and move with joy and kindness and self-compassion. Meredith is passionate about sharing Nia and its credo. Through movement, we find health. She is now, we celebrate a new black belt instructor in all the stages of Nia and Nia's self-healing. Born in Brooklyn, raised in Staten Island, and now living at the Jersey Shore, she teaches online classes daily, as well as regularly scheduled, she teaches private classes. She teaches group classes. She'll come to your corporation and teach. Have a body, she will travel. Her classes are welcoming and encouraging to all ages, levels, and abilities. So welcome, 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 Meredith. Welcome. It's so exciting to have you on the show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Carol. It's been so wonderful reconnecting with you through movement, just like we did back in the day with dancing. I've been dancing with you every morning these past 3 weeks. It's been fabulous. The bits that you shared, and it is interesting to listen to that coming back. Movement as your medicine. Movement is our medicine. And with what the other doctors just spoke about, I think a piece that we all forget, we have credentials and technology and studies, and we do so much living from the neck up. And then we forget that we are at heart mammals. We are of a body that needs to move so that our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs are met and they come together in balance. And that is my passion, helping people come back into, like what Dr. Kelechi said, the now. What does my today body need? How do I feel now? Truly, it's our bodies that are the wisest part of us. And if we can find a way in to connect and find joy through that connection, we can find health through movement that is authentic and honoring of my body's way, your body's way, all of our individual body's way. That's what's sustainable. We can try to beat ourselves into submission, beat our bodies into submission. That won't last. So what I love to teach and share is how we can find sustainability through movement and find health that way.
Oh, and I'm so excited about it. It's, one of the foundations of my medical practice as well as my coaching practice is movement as medicine. Movement as medicine. I have four cornerstones: food as medicine, movement as medicine, meditation as medicine, and art and beauty as medicine. Now these, I believe, are the four soul truths. And this is, my energetic imprint and what I feel that I can uniquely bring to the field of medicine and healing. So I am particularly excited about having you on today as a guest. And I think a lot of people, heard about Zumba. I don't think Nia is a household word as yet. And I would like to help it become a household word. I would also like you not to be a best kept secret. And why don't you tell everybody what is coming up? Because everybody who's watching this morning, I hope they'll join us on our next Move with Meredith. Go ahead and share that with everybody.
Sure. Thank you so much. So what Dr. Carol and I have been sharing for the past few weeks is a program of 20 minutes of dance movement a day for 20 days, weekdays, Monday through Friday. And some folks join us live at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if they cannot, I send the recording for the day so that you can move when it fits into your life, when you find that you have the energy and when it works best for you. And these technique classes are rooted in the Nia technique, which combines dance arts, martial arts, and healing arts for a full body conditioning, uplifting experience where we honor our physical, mental, emotional, and creative spirit bodies. And it's been wonderful. I have a new program starting July 26th for, again, 4 weeks. And it's virtual so that we can join from wherever.
All right. And please note that scrolling across the bottom are ways to get in touch with all of our guests. but I know that Meredith will accept emails. This is so important for everyone to have a movement practice. And she has figured it out. 20 minutes, 20. And let me tell you, you'd be sore the next day too, because it really is head to foot. So what is the best email? There it is. Again, Meredith Amato at gmail.com. I want everyone here, no excuse, to have a movement practice. And you could go ahead, you could, share on any of, my Facebook pages, ways in which you are moving your body. So it is very important that we move, that we create the beloved community, because guess what? The body doesn't lie. And every experience you have, every emotion you have, everything gets stored in the body. And if you're a head case, you're not paying attention down here, by the time the disease shows up, that's a late finding. That's a late finding. By the time the weight gain shows up, not so much a late finding, but the body is screaming, pay attention, because your answer is here. Your answer is here. So I really want to bring that to the world. Now let's bring, and I know that Meredith does too, right?
Yes, and something I want to share is that it's no one's fault. We come from a culture and a society where there's so much coming at us at once that we can't help but live up here. And we need the science, and we need all of the information. It helps us, it feeds us. And yet we can tend to get stuck here. And when we process through, like you said, that's the way we find help.
Yes, and remember, before we had language, we moved. When that sperm and that egg came together to join, that was a dance of movement. And they spun and spun and spun and spun, and they made the blastocyst, and they implanted in the uterine wall to form you, the beginning of the division of those cells. What's division of the cells? It's movement. And this is where, so in that place where you don't have thought, where you don't have language, is our movement. And that's the truth of you. That's the essence of you. And it's imperative, particularly now, that we tap back into it, because we cannot think our way through everything. But the truth, the essence, is in the movement. And if you are not moving, you are missing the truth and essence of your own soul. Trust and believe me on this one. Trust and believe. Let's bring our beautiful panel back on, and we are going to rock and roll. Here we go, Dr. Hope. Here we go, Dr. Kelechi. I'm so excited. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to read the dictionary definition of nurture, and someone can go ahead and put this in the chat. And the word nurture, N-U-R-T-U-R-E, it's both a verb and a noun. So as a verb, nurture means to care for and encourage the growth or development of. Nurture also means to help or encourage the development of. It can also, and I love this definition, it can also mean to cherish. To nurture can also mean to cherish. And what are you cherishing? You're cherishing a hope, a belief, or even an ambition. As a noun, nurture means the process of caring for and encouraging the growth or development of someone or something. It also means to nourish the process of and caring for upbringing, education, and environment. Contrast it with your inborn characteristics as an influence on or determinant of personality. So that's the nature part, right? Nature is your inborn characteristics and nurture means to bring these things to the forefront with your upbringing, your education, and your environment. All right, so that's what the dictionary says. So let's just go around, starting with you, Dr. Hope. What does nurture mean to you? Question number one. Number two, In what ways are you nurturing yourself personally and professionally? Or others? In what ways are you nurturing others as well?
Thank you, Dr. Carol. I Nurture to me, in a lot of ways, means self care. We have to continuously, as Meredith commented on, take an assessment of what's going on in our bodies, in our minds. And for me, it means getting enough sleep. Sometimes we go through transitions and we're not getting enough sleep. So I do spend time making sure I'm unwinding before I go to bed. And I have a process that I go through and that I teach also because sleep is essential for weight loss also. And it sounds so simple, but you have to work on it to make sure you're getting there. Also, I feel that in our society, we are always, our society makes us think about ourselves all the time, where we can get benefit from nurturing others and getting satisfaction from that also. I mentor a young lady who was trying to get into medical school, and I go back to things that I've learned before and I give her resources. And that's nurturing, that's being other centered. And I try to give on on a daily basis encouraging words. And that can come back and have lots of benefits, especially if you've encouraged someone years and years and years ago, and they find you and thank you, and you had completely forgotten about it. So I think if we're more nurturing or just little things, just saying positive things to people, I like the way you did that. I like how you did that. You're going to make you're going to be very outstanding as you grow in your profession. Can mean a lot to you and to the other person. And personally, I think I get a lot of satisfaction of nurturing others. In my family, I try to give them pointers on things they could do a little better or think about something else. And when we do that, we are enriching ourselves and enriching others. And nurturing, I think, is a topic that we could go on for many, many years, many, many hours, I would say. And another thing about nurturing is education. We don't stress that enough. Education gives you the keys to moving into a lot of other things in our society. And I think that, there's so much stuff going on in the world that we don't get a chance to actually sit down and explain to people why it's so important. That's a nurturing issue. Teaching life skills to our children. What's going to happen later on if they do not know basic things about negotiating our complex society? That's also nurturing. Credit cards. I mean, how are you supposed to use them correctly? How do you get a good credit rating? That's nurturing also. And I think that sometimes we need to stop, sit down, write down those things that we feel are necessary. The other thing, I'm just going to end with this. I saw this quote by First Lady Michelle Obama. It says, we write a lot of to-do lists. And a lot of times we never put ourselves on the top of the list. So I'm telling everyone that it's important to be on the top of the list because as one of our speakers said, in order to nurture others, we have to nurture ourselves. And that means self-care, that means exercise, that means getting the right sleep and getting the right foods. Exactly what Dr. Carol said. And everybody will do something different in that approach, but to nurture others, we have to be thinking about self-care and put ourselves as a priority.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Hook. Thank you. And just remember, keep yourself on mute when you're not speaking because, that helps with the StreamYard sound quality. All right, my goodness. So, Dr. Kelechi, how about you? What are your answers?
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Dr. Kara, and Dr. Hope. Thank you so much for that inspiration. I would say that what does nurture mean to me? Nurture to me means doing the things that bring you joy. Because when you are in joy, you are truly tapping into your light. And when you tap into your light, you give other people permission to do the same. So I think this is a really good topic because we don't nurture, we are meant to nurture, but I think sometimes we forget and we need to go back and put the work in. So it's really important to do those things that make you happy, because then when you're happy and when you're in joy, then you can bring others joy. When you're miserable and unhappy, you make others miserable and unhappy. So I really think it's important to remember that it is okay to have joy back again into your life, because we live in a very busy go, don't get any sleep and just overwork, culture, right? Where it's so fast paced. And then sometimes I wonder, when was the last time I did anything just good for me so that I can be good to others? So to me, that's what nurture is. Are you keeping the main thing the main thing? And I would say how I nurture myself is definitely my trifecta in the morning of just positive affirmation. Doing the mindset work is so important because you got to set that mind right off the bat before you get out of bed, right? So I love to do my A to Z affirmations in the morning before getting out of bed. And that's literally taking myself from A to Z with positive, empowering words that remind me who I am and whose I am. Meditation is so important because I could spend a whole hour just meditating. I need more than 15 minutes a day, y'all. And I really take that time to do that because I know when I do that, it just gets my whole perspective on myself, on my environment, on my home, on my family, on my community. It resets. And that reset is needed every day. And I know the days I don't do it, I'm back in the bad neighborhoods in my head, right? So I think it's really important to do that. And for me, definitely movement, exercise just gives me energy, right? Because energy is never lost. It just gets transferred from one part of your body to the other. So I really think you have to create energy. You don't just get energy, you have to almost create it. So that is so key for me, is that movement piece in the morning, especially in the morning or anytime during the day. If for some reason I can't get it in the morning the way I want to get it, I love to take long walks in nature. I love being in nature. And I know that's how I nurture myself. Get out there, get some vitamin D, get some sun, be in nature, be grounded to the earth. That is so important to me. So, and I know when I do those things for myself, then I can do that for other people. I give other people the space to shine. I give other people the space to be themselves. I'm more self-aware, and because I'm more self-aware, I can really pay attention. I can really listen to others. I can be more present because I've been present for myself, and I can be present for others. And I think that's what encouraged me or moved me to put these feelings and these thoughts, down on paper and help others through the process of living in the now, through the process of living their best life now. Do you know who you are? Do you have a vision for your life? What are your core values? How do you go through personal development? How do you go through your growth? How do you see freedom? What does freedom mean to you? What is your life purpose? And are you living that life purpose? So I take my audience and my readers through that process of nurture through my book, Just What the Doctor Ordered, 10 Reasons to Live Your Truth. And to me, that is my I really believe, our gift were not meant for us. I truly believe that my gift is encouraging and inspiring other people. and putting positive words into them. And that is my way of nurturing them. And it was such an amazing process to have gone through the Medical Moguls Academy and my colleagues here, Dr. Carol and Dr. Hope, and now my new best friend, Meredith. It's been a process to get those nurturing ideas down on paper and give that as a gift to the world. So those are my short answers to how I nurture me and I nurture others. And I just look forward to learning from all of you on this panel. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for both of your answers, Dr. Hope and Dr. Kelechi. Some of you might not know, Dr. Kelechi at one time was a runner. I've seen her. She used to get out every morning and, hit the road because, she really does love being out in nature. And it's been a pleasure to witness that part of her. And I love what you just said about the bad neighborhoods in your head. Yes, we all have the bad neighborhoods in our head that the parts of ourselves, and I love what Meredith said, it's not your fault, but there's, we have protector parts that live within, and most of the time our reactions are that part of ourselves that's trying to protect, that's trying to shield. Just like when we put on some extra pounds, oftentimes the fat is there's a protective measurement. The body is trying to sequester that which it recognizes as not useful or it can't recognize. So if you're eating processed foods, a lot of times there's those long things that you can't pronounce, you can't read, spell, you don't know what it is. Body doesn't know what it is either. So all of that is coming into play here. We're going to have Meredith answer the question. I'll answer the question, and then we're going to move with Meredith this morning. We're going to walk the talk this morning. So Meredith, if you would answer that question or those questions for us.
Thank you, Dr. Carol and Dr. Hope and Dr. Kelechi. I feel like we could go and have a conversation for about 5 hours about all of this. It's really exciting to me. And you've inspired me by your answers, and it made me think about how we are co-creating our bodies every moment. We are co-creators of our physical bodies. What we choose to bring in through nourishment, what we choose to bring in mentally, how we choose to move, creates this physical body. Our biography becomes our biology. And so that to me is so hopeful. It's such a hopeful way to say, hey, I'm here now in this moment. And how can I nurture where I am right now, my truth, my today body, and step forward from that point without adding all of the, oh, I should be, I could be, I used to be. So nurturing for me, I think part of the definition, Dr. Carol, that you read was cherish. So how can I cherish even this moment in my physical body? Can I relax my butt a little more into my seat? Can I listen to that word nourish? And what is the sensation of nourish? If I take a deep breath, what does that idea, that concept, that energy, how does that affect my skin, the muscles beneath my skin, down to a cellular level? When I think of the word nourish, how do I breathe differently? We don't have to have a complicated spa day, although that wouldn't stink either. But truly, we can take a moment. In Nia, our thumbs, Nia looks at the body. The Nia technique looks at the body, that the body itself reveals the body's way. So we look at the creation of the body, that the body will then tell us how it wants to move based on how it was created. And we refer to our thumbs as the nurture finger. So you can even take your thumbs right now, and when we come into a yoga mudra and that thumb side touches with our heart center, we are nurturing our bodies. Simple. 5-second deep breath. So the other piece that I wanted to add is that as we are co-creating our bodies, sometimes, since every emotion and every thought comes through our bodies, what I personally need to do as someone who can very easily slip into anxiety and stress, and I've suffered with that for quite some time, I need to move before I can be still. I love the idea, and I've been in the yoga world and practicing for so many years. But I've learned that if I don't move and go back, even just a simple like shake out my hands, shake out my body, until I do that, I can't get quiet. Again, we're mammals, just like there's my dog, Huckleberry. You know, he'll have a stressful situation. What will he do? He'll shake and then he'll move on. He won't have the stressful situation and call 7 of his friends and talk about it and try to figure it out. We have that in us. And so we have this beautiful opportunity through using our bodies to really nurture our spirit, our mind, and our emotions. So that's what I hope to share. And that's how I nurture myself. I really have come to learn that through sharing this, I think so many times I'll say exactly what I need to hear. And so in nurturing others, it's sort of, that's how I take care of me as well. Thank you so much for inviting me to this experience with you all.
Well, beautiful. I am so excited. And for me, one of the things that I've come to learn, particularly in the last 3 years, it's important for me to be coached. It's important for me to continuously learn. So I have 2 business coaches, and Dr. Kelechi and Dr. Hope and I, we share one in common, the amazing, the wonderful Dr. Dreon Birch. I also have a mindset coach. Yes, the mindset master has a mindset coach. And I have a movement coach whom you're meeting. So, which is Meredith. And so what I invite everyone here, if you're working with anyone and they're saying they're an expert or ask them who's coaching them. It is so important that the people that we are working with are continuously being poured into, that they're being educated, that they're continuously transforming and uplifting so that they're able to stand in the gap and do what? Hold you. Hold you. So I want you to ask that of your doctors. I want you to ask that if you belong to a gym membership and you have a personal trainer, how are they continuing their education? How are they continuing to be poured into that self-care that Dr. Hope and Dr. Kalechi and Meredith and I are mentioning? So what are their self-care practices? That's really important as part of this understanding what it means to both nurture and to be nurtured. It's reciprocity. It's breathe in, breathe out. You can't just breathe out. You wouldn't last too long. And Meredith also used that term sustainability. So what is sustainable? Practices that the people that you are working with, what are they doing to sustain themselves? So what they can do, they can sustain you better. All right, so let us, without further ado, let's have some movement experiences. Then I'm going to come back here and share another great opportunity with you. That's going to be a live opportunity this coming weekend in Philadelphia. And I'm really excited to be one of the guest speakers at an upcoming conference that I hope many of you will take advantage of. So Meredith, I'm going to turn it over to you and we're going to move together. Yes, Marianne, who's coaching the coach? Very important, very important. So I'm going to go ahead, Meredith. I'm just going to go on mute and let you take it from here. I'm going to get ready to move.
Awesome. Thanks, Dr. Carol. So from where you are right now, you need to make me a little pinky promise that in this next little 3 minutes of movement that we do together, you will let go of any ideas of what it looks like and allow yourself to take those eyes that we constantly put outward to help to nurture others and bring them in so that you find pleasure and joy in your physical body and how she wants to move. So take a deep breath and sense where the breath is landing right now in your body. Just notice. Notice your breath. If you'd like to stand up, stand up. If you'd like to stay seated, stay seated. But please take your shoes off. We need to connect to the earth the way we were designed, barefoot, and become more sensitive to how we step and how we move. As you stand, roll through your toes. Let's come through the body and really connect energetically, magnetically to the earth. So roll through your feet and just feel from toes to heels and begin to add the rest of your body. Add your shoulders, your body's way. There's no right, there's no wrong. How does it feel? Stepping and grounding. Palms of the hands, soles of the feet. Now still the feet, breathe up and out. Add some sound, a nice ah. Ha. Breathing in. Ha. One more. And ha. Stepping out a little wider, adding your shoulders, adding your hips. Ha. And now here. Push, push, push. Yeah. Really add the core of your body. Head says yes. Now you know what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop. Look away from the camera. Look toward yourself inwardly. Kind eyes. Soft gaze. Move so it feels good. Lift your arms up. Reach and look up. Now here, still your feet once again, and see if you can stir your rib cage. So you're moving above your waist, slow motion, massaging your internal organs, allowing them to get love and nurturing attention with your intention. And go the other way. Isolate your rib cage. Every time I go to the back, I think of a bear scratching his back against a tree. So feel your skin. Now, how about hips? Side to side. What feels good? Side to side. How about a circle? Keep it small. And notice how that feels. Unclench your toes. Unclench your jaw. Other way. Hips. Hips. Play with this. What's the expression on your face right now? Can you soften it? Can you find ease? Breath. And now, let's take it up. Reach. Little bit of balance. If that feels like too much, keep your foot on the floor. The bottoms of your arms and your diaphragm connect with fascia and muscle to your low back. So one of the greatest things to do for your low back is to breathe deeply. Back to hips, pulse. Look away from the screen, move around your space. You don't need a lot of room. Reach high, reach low. Find that joy. It's your birthright. What feels good? And before we finish, shake one arm. Like shake muscle from bone. Release tension you don't even know you're holding. Other arm. Shake it out. Make it messy. Shake a leg. You can hold on to something if you need to for balance. Beautiful. Other side, shake it out. Keep breathing deeply. And here's the fun part. Core body shake. Ha, ha. And before we step out, ha, can you release with me? Ha, 3 times. Ha, one more. Ha, make space for nurturing joy. Thank you so much. I just want to keep going. Whew, how do you feel? Notice in this moment. Notice your heart rate. Notice your breath. Notice your attitude. What do you feel? That's so important because we just moved for 3 minutes. And look at the shift you've created. You did that.
So beautiful. Good morning, Dr. Erica. Marianne is saying she enjoyed this. Linda Parker Edwards is saying feeling great. Good morning, Patrick. Yes. So all of this. So today I invite everybody, think about what it means to nurture. And if you have a definition that you'd like to share, go ahead and drop that in the chat. Be sure, sharing is caring, that you share this with your circle of influence and your network. And be sure to tell people to tune into the podcast, Weightless in Mind, Body, and Spirit. This is going to be uploaded as a podcast. And you can go back and listen to previous episodes. We have so many superstar guests and so many people that have shared such wonderful, wonderful nuggets, including Dr. Kelechi, who was a guest for the first time a year ago today, and Dr. Erica, who's just joined us, who was a guest for the first time a year ago, like in a week. So, we do come back. We've been here. It's been a wonderful year of sharing and caring. So thank you, ladies. It's a wonderful way to start today. I'm going to ask my producer, who also my husband, Mr. DM, if he would put in the information about License to Live. It is a conference, a live conference hosted by our wonderful friend and colleague, Dr. Jarrett Patton. It's taking place next weekend in Philadelphia in the Old City. It is live. For those of you who dream of wanting to write a book, our publisher, for the 3 of us who knows how to create best-selling authors, is going to be there live, Tyshina Davis. So if you want to, you've got that book in you, Marianne, that you're writing. Patrick, you've got that book in you. Linda, you've got that book in you. Dr. Charlotte, who's also a best-selling author. You've got Dr. Charlotte's got a few more books in her. Please come and join us in Philadelphia. Thank you, Dr. Charlotte. Dr. Charlotte's raising a beautiful little scientist dancer, yes, who had her first dance recital and concert not too long ago. So here we go. So that's take a screenshot of this. This is Dr. Jarrett. His conference, it's next Friday and Saturday. I'm going to be there live. I kick off the conference Saturday morning. So there's, thank you, Susan, beautiful women. Thank you all for sharing your light. Now, listen, we're getting ready to just meet backstage for a few minutes. We're going to sign off, but I have to extend a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Hope, soon to be best-selling author. Yes. Dr. Kalechi, my soul sister, my friend, apparently something wonderful wanted us to be together and put us together. There were thousands of people at this conference. I mean, this exhibit hall was like several football fields long, and we found each other.
Huge.
It was huge. And Meredith, thank you so much. This, to me, this is the essence of life. How are you moving? What are you moving there? And I wish I could remember in the language, but in the African country of Kenya, there's a greeting that's asked How do you move? How is your body today? That's the translation, and that is the greeting. Like we say, hello, how are you? It's like, hello, how is your body today? How are you moving today? And it's just fundamental to our health and our well-being. So I am so excited that you were able to join us as a first-time guest. I cannot wait till Monday morning. Monday morning, I'll be in conference all week. I'm teaching for the Center for Mind Body Medicine, continuing to work with a large group in Broward County after the Marjorie Stillman Douglas tragedy of what now we've been working down there since 2018. So for the past 3 or 4 years. And I know moving is how I'm going to be able to stand in the gap and stand in the space and contain what I'm holding there. So listen, you all, I hate to do it. We could be on here for hours, but we gotta go. The hour has come and gone. Next week, our special guest is Dr. Kina Peppers. Oh, yes. So there is the question. There's the question. Thank you, DM. Thank you so much for doing all that you do for me, for the show, our family, and thank all of your family's special guests for all it is that you do and all that your families do to love and support you. What? And the word is nurture. The word is nurture. Namaste, Ubuntu, and we'll see you next Sunday with special guest, Dr. Kina Peppers.